Hello traders, John at StockBookie.com. Today we're looking at the SPY, the IWM, the Qs, the DIA, the IYT, the USO, the UUP, and the GLD. We follow the daily, weekly, monthly time frames. We use technical analysis at StockBookie.com. So let's jump right into the daily SPY. And what a fun couple days it's been. We came into the 200 MA support, as well as the trend line that we showed here the other day, trend line support as well. And who would have known we would have got another massive rally in the markets on no volume, no conviction. They're trying to get the Dow Jones transports up and running, still lagging, still not good. And if you look at the MACD, it's still a negative divergence, which is still not good. Even on these 2 days of rallies, nothing, in my opinion. So we're right back up here to the 750 retrace. We're back into the 50 MA on the daily SPY. And let's see if we can continue higher. Notice how they gap it up. They get it above the 20. It gaps up today. They barely got it up to this area. That's where it conked down, pulled back at the end of the day. On the Clinton euphoria. More news, guys. Everything's news these days, so just be careful. So if you take the pivot from this low to that high, we're into the 750 retrace right there. And also we're into the breakdown area where it came in. So you're going to have a lot of resistance right here. Unless they gap it up tomorrow on the Clinton win, we could fill this gap at 216. We could march up to here, 217, and ultimately maybe get back to the all-time highs. We'll see. If we do, we'll be adding more shorts once again. So just slow and steady, guys. Let's go to the weekly. Weekly chart, same thing. We had big resistance up here. You had the inside bar. So I want to see this close above. I want to see it get above the 20 MA by the Friday close, and then I'll believe it could possibly move up. We did have this great consolidation. We did cover shorts down in this area, which was the right thing to do. As this pops up, we're starting to add again, slowly but surely. So, and we're short already in a bunch of stocks too, and covering those as well. Half, if it pops up, we're adding a half again and doing it again, rinse and repeat. And just know your stops, know your size positions, and just keep doing what we do, is finding the reasons why this thing will pull back or it will shoot up. So, but lately we've been just going short, waiting for the pop up, and then we've been trying to take these things short. IWM on the daily. This thing got a little bit of a launch, gapped up. This one, not too much today. We were up 31 cents, nothing big here. So it's starting to lag a little bit. We did come into the 618. We also came into the 20 MA on the daily. That's where it's pretty much stopping, as well as this little breakdown area. You're going to have some resistance up in here too, as well as in this area too. So, but what I'm looking for on this, I want to see, just like the SPY, I want to see, if this thing's as strong, again, it's a lagging indicator. I want to see it get above this line and this trend line, and then possibly you'll see a little more upside on this one. But ultimately, we'll probably go to the 50 MA, maybe this high pivot, and then we'll reevaluate everything. But if you take a fib, instead of, from these short areas here to this high, let's see what we got here. Let's see some areas. Come on. Right in there. So we could possibly, you got the 618, which is really good. Maybe 120, 123.10 we'll start adding again, but we'll see. You know what? Just take it one step at a time. We got some news coming up. We got a lot of stuff coming up at the next weeks, especially with tomorrow's election that might not even happen, or today's election that we might not see what happens till tomorrow afternoon or something. Who knows? The markets are acting irrational once again. Moving up on okay volume, the IWM, but I'd like to see a lot more volume than this. 104 million on the SPY on an up day, and yesterday it was less. Come on, I want to see 200 million on a conviction up day. I want to see something a little bit better. But again, IWM is lagging. Same crap, different day. You go to the bigger time frame, the weekly. You did have a nice fall in the IWM. We did fill this gap right here, as well as, let's see here, hold on, let's take this one out a little bit. Let's put a retrace right here. Let's see, did we go into the 618? Yeah, we tapped the 618 here. I thought for sure we'd get to the 50 MA. The Hillary news came out, but look, we gapped up right back into the 618 going up. We could possibly go to 121 and then maybe 120, 140. Like I said, this little pivot here around 122.61, and then we'll reevaluate the chart to see what we want to do. But right now, I'm not hopping long. The bounce has already happened, and we'll see if it can continue. If not, then we'll wait for higher prices to short once again. IWM still lagging, guys. Qs had a nice little pullback on the daily. We capitalized on that one as well. We were shorting as it was going up. We covered half the. Did we cover the whole thing on this one? I know I'm still in a swing position on this one, but in my short-term account, I just covered half, and still in a position on this one, and I'm still swing short on this one on the Qs as well. I think we're going a lot lower. It's just a matter of time. Retracing back up on the daily, we're up into the 618. 20 or 20 moving average, 50 moving average. You have great resistance here. The only way they're going to get this thing up above if they gap it up and continue going up. So they might gap it up actually around, I would think they would have to try over 118.09, you know, right in this area possibly to really get it going on tomorrow's news. You still have a gap up here. You have a window down here. So interesting action. It's going to be really interesting tomorrow, guys, let me tell you. So let's go to the weekly. Weekly again, we had a nice pullback. You're inside this bar. So ultimately, you have to get, if you want to go up a little higher, you got to get over this big red candle here, which is 117.52 with a closing basis on the weekly chart. So we got to wait till Friday's close. Let's see if we could continue up. We did get below the 20. We did cover some down here. Pop back up. We'll be looking to reshort again. If it gets up a little bit higher, then we'll do it again. Let's see, the DIA. That was not the strong horse of the day, but it was up a buck. Nothing too bad. 0.5%, 0.56% actually. But we're right back into this trend line. But man, what great action! You're still inside this bar. Closes below it. We pop back of it until we get above that high pivot, 185.42 or so. I think this thing will still consolidate sideways and possibly drop in the near future. Daily price action. Same thing, you know, we talked about the bearish pattern here, came back in, popped up, needs to get above these highs. This was good resistance up here, right around the 130 or 183.72. You still have a pivot here around 180. I'll draw it in there. 184.25, and then you start having some gap fills up here around 184.81. So we'll look into those areas to see where this thing could possibly go. And plus you have a 750 retrace, 618 retrace here. So a lot of resistance coming up. We'll just have to see how this thing plays out before we start adding more shorts in these markets. And you have a high pivot up here too. You could probably, oh no, you're taking it from there. Yeah, so 184.83 is pretty good. But right here we have a little bit of a wall of resistance here from the pivot highs and then the 618. Then the weekly we did go over already. Weekly, same thing. Came back in, bounced up. We're above this trend line. Let's see where we close on Friday, and we'll take it from there. Let's see, IYT. This one's been on a tear. We've been talking about the weekly bullish pattern, but let's go to the daily really quick. So the daily here, we chopped and chopped and chopped and chopped. They got it above the 20 and the 50 and the 200. Pops above, almost into the 151 area that we've talked about up here. But we did come into these low pivots or these higher pivots around 150 area. What was the high of the day? High of the day was 150.08. So let's see where we go from here. I'm still thinking 151.26. We were adding more shorts as it was going up. You know, then you have the pivots here around 153, 154 area. Let's see if we get there. But again, like I said on the weekly, we did have a great bullish pattern on the weekly, and it's finally starting to play out. But you know what? I want to see some follow through on this. I want to see where this candle closes on the weekly, and then we're going to take this one from there. Because after all this consolidation, we should have been ripping a long time ago. You still have resistance like I talked about on the daily, 151 or 150.95. You have another high pivot here right around 153 as well. We'll take it each and every day. Again, though, it's still a lagging indicator. I still want to stick a fib in here just to see where we're at. Yeah, so we're getting past the 618 here. We could go to the 153, 154 area. We'll see how this reacts. Again, it's going to be all news driven tonight and tomorrow. So let's see what happens, and let's take it slow and easy. That's what we got to do in markets like this, guys. If you have 10% of your total portfolio in a position, or if that's your max, which that's what we do here, you want to be, 5% in a position, maybe 4, a little bit at 3, just something. Because if we correct tomorrow and we start to go down, you want to catch that move, and if we go up, we want to be able to add more as we go up. Not so much on the IYT, I'm talking everything. The Amazons, the Googles, the Baidu's, whatever, Netflix's, Facebook's, that's what we want to do here. A couple of the high flyers are coming up for earnings, the Nvidias, the Netties, so those will be an interesting play as well. Let's go to the USO. Gosh, we were short this one. That was a great short. We covered most of it. We took the SCO long. We sold most of that. And here we are again, guys, setting up in a bearish pattern, ready to go down again. We're going to see tomorrow there's going to be some manipulation with the currencies, with the USO, or oil, I should say, and it will be some interesting action tomorrow. I don't really know what to expect, but I had a SPY short that I got today. It was more of an intraday trade. We made some decent money at the end. The SPY pulled back pretty good. But we're just taking this slow and steady, guys. I'm not adding too much, or just doing the right share size and making some stuff happen. But again, we were short up here, started covering. We are in a quarter position now, the USO. Let's see if we could get lower prices. I'm thinking if this sets up in a bearish manner, we could possibly go lower. Weekly chart, not telling us too much. We got to see what happens on the close on the week. But for now, you know, if you look at the weekly, we are below the MAs again, so we were looking at that as we were shorting up here. We were hoping we get below and then get below and close below the 50 and the 20, which we did. Now we're in a weekly basis, so let's see if we chop around sideways. These curl into price, and then this could possibly go lower. You know, it all depends on all the hype and whatever they're doing on CNBC to see if, you know, the oil rally's on. We're thinking $70 again. Iran's going to work out a deal with us or whatever they tell us. It's kind of funny. So the USO, we're in good shape with that one. We pretty much covered everything. We're in quarter positions on this, trying to let them run a little longer. UUP, we talked about this one though. It had a nice pullback on the daily, but you know, it's just suspect, guys. You know, you get a choppy, sloppy, bullish pattern at resistance, and all of a sudden we fall for a couple days. The markets rally the last 2 days. Then the last 2 days, the dollar's been rallying while the market's been going up, and that's just a little disconnect. So the oil was down a little bit today, so the SCO popped up a little bit, and the USO came in a little bit. The SCO is an inverse to the USO. So let's keep a close eye on this dollar. We did fill the gap today. We're at the 20 MA. Let's see if this was just, you know, 1 up, 2 down, and let's see if we could blast off, or do we go up and then come in and then take off. We'll have to see. But right now, we're waiting on pattern, see if we go sideways in a bullish manner, see if we could pop up. On the weekly chart, we pulled back right into the 50% fib. We bounced up, gapped up today. Let's see if we can continue. That's expected. You know, you get a nice move like this, you get a little tail here, pulls back, and then boom, it goes the other way. But again, tomorrow is going to be just an up in the air day. It's a 50-50 shot, whatever the heck we do. Like I said, I'll be ready to make some trades or just some scalps or add positions or whatever. But tomorrow, we'll see what happens, guys. Actually, tonight, the futures will tell what's... Well, actually, you couldn't even follow that, to be honest with you. But the GLD guys, remember this. We were talking about this little head fake. And everyone, you know, oh, we might be missing the boat. Oh, man, there it goes. Hey, we're right back in action again. But we did come down, kiss the 618. We are in some support here. Let's see if we continue down. If the markets start to come down tomorrow, I think gold can go to lower prices. We've been talking about the 115 area for a little while, and also the 112.40 gap fill. So let's, you know, I thought for sure it would possibly, you know, I'm looking up here for resistance to see if we could get through here. Never got the gap fill. Got to these pivots though right here. That is going to be some resistance right there. Touched it there, a little tail here. Got above the inside bar here, but never confirmed, and boom, right back down. So that's interesting action to that one. And I said, you know, if we miss it, we miss it, but I'm going to be patient, try to wait for these lower prices, guys. All right, that's it for today. I wanted to make a quick video going into the election night. If you want to subscribe to me, go to YouTube, subscribe. You'll get the, I don't know if you get an email when I post something up. I do live sessions now as well. I'm trying to do more. My internet's been a little crazy the last couple days, so I'm going to upgrade it in the next couple weeks. So I'm going to try to do something live possibly tomorrow, if not on Thursday or what have you. I haven't done one in a couple days, so I want to get doing that again. But everyone, thanks for coming to my room. Thanks for watching my videos. You know, I'm just trying to give the best chart setups out there. But thanks again. God bless. See you on the charts.